this light from Harbor Freight, the solar powered light from Harbor Freight, for about 6 months now. And I didn't do a review instantly on it because I wanted to actually check it out first to see how well it works. If you can see right now, it is really not that dark. I mean, it's starting to, the sun's starting to go down. It's about 7 o'clock here in Seattle, well, Tacoma. So the Pacific Northwest has been pretty rainy. I mean, the ground is wet. So it's been cloudy literally for the past few days, and this light is on. Now, there are 3 settings for this light. You basically have it turned off, or you have it on motion sensor, which is what it's on now, and you also have it on for just full tilt, completely on all day long. What I love about it is that it has a very long cord that I've actually bundled up and put right there and ran it under here over to the panel. Solar panel's pointing up. Now with this panel, you basically, I don't know if you can actually see it any better, probably not, but with this panel, it can handle all the rain that comes down on it. Even with not a lot of good sun, it charges up the light. Now, it doesn't stay on all night on full light. So I have it on the full setting, then basically it burns out pretty quickly. I don't know what it will be like in the summertime because, like I said, I got this about 6 months ago. And so here in this area, basically the weather changes very quickly. And so it's kind of gray skies for, you know, really for the last 6 months. So there hasn't been a day of just bright hot sun for most of the day. So I don't know how well this light will work with the security light on all the time. So it's on motion sensor, and basically it comes on as soon as someone actually comes out. Basically, to give you an idea, it is a very bright light. You can't really tell from here, it's still daylight, but I'm going to show you when it's darker. And basically the light will shine out pretty far. I'm about 20 feet away from the house. It doesn't look that way. I'm about 20 feet away from the light, and it literally shines out to here. It is a pretty bright cast, and so it doesn't take much for it to actually come on at all. Actually, what I'm going to do is wait until it gets a little bit darker so that you can actually see how bright this light actually is. We actually have 2 of these, so because I love them that much. Easy to install, and here's the signal right here. You probably, I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me have it focus a little bit, if it will. Okay, maybe not, but right here there's a switch. And right now it's actually, for it to be on motion sensor, you turn it basically to the right all the way. This is basically turning it off in the middle, and then to keep it on all the time would be to the left. So to the left is on all the time. In the middle is basically turning it off, and then motion sensor is to the right. So what I'm going to do is basically show you what it looks like when it gets a little bit darker. I can just open the screen door here, and the light comes on because the motion sensor is just right here. So it is really, really good. To be honest with you, this motion sensor works very, very well. You know, if you were to go a minimum of 15 feet on either side of this motion sensor, it's going to come on. So if I go over this way, or if I go over this way 15 feet and you're walking, then it's going to come on. Obviously 20 feet in front of it easily, because if I step back to my storage building, which is way back here, this comes on without a problem. So I will show you once it gets a little bit darker and it's almost there, how this light works. And like I said, even here in the Pacific Northwest, this panel is good enough to basically get enough ambient light to pretty much power this light. Again, it won't stay on all night if you have it on just the constant setting, but just motion sensor, it will stay on. So most places in the country get much better sunlight than we do here. So yeah. Alright, so it's much darker out. As you can tell, the little solar lights, string lights are on, so let's go out and actually see what this light will do. Now, keep in mind, it will come on as soon as I open the screen door. So it's fairly dark out now. And there it is. It's already on. So, let's close that. There it is. It's pretty bright. Now, basically, if I stand back here, as I was telling you guys, all the way back by my storage shed, and this is easily 25 feet. If you look up, I mean, it's pretty decently dark, and this light shines out pretty far. I mean, as you can see, the kids' stuff is over there, our garden things are over there, so I'm thinking a good at least 15 feet. Now, with this light on, you can pretty much see kind of far, to be honest with you. All of this is illuminated here, which is where our benches and fire pits there, and then the flower boxes are there, and all the way over until you get to the neighbor's fence. Sorry, I was actually running to answer a phone call, so I'm out of breath. But yeah, so that is the solar light from Harbor Freight, and it is very bright. So if someone all of a sudden comes around and looks straight up, it's going to blind them for a split second. It is very, very bright. No questions about that. You can't really tell in terms of this video, but it is very, very bright. You can see the difference in light contrast with this LED white light versus the LED light that you see on these string lights. Completely different. I mean, they almost look orange in the screen here, but this is a glowing white light. It's pretty piercing. I mean, if you can look down at the ground here, it looks like daylight, whereas if you go over here, you can see how dark it actually is here in the garden. So I go this direction here, all the way over to about here is probably about 25 feet, and it's 25 feet in the other direction, and then it goes outward probably about 30 feet to the building that I have, which is back this way. But literally it is very bright. I mean, just looking up at it, you can see how intense it is. But I would say we've had this for about 6 months now. This is the old the old light, which we don't use, and it uses regular power. The solar light is by far brighter, better, shines a lot farther. This light shows up very yellowish. In fact, let me see if I can turn them both on really quick here. Hold on a sec. Oh, sorry about that. Give you an idea. There's that one, and then there's that one. You can see the difference between the two. This light, by far, the solar light, is much better, much brighter. With the other light, I would be lucky if I could see basically to the steps here. And it basically just shines out maybe 5 feet. This right here is bright all the way 30 feet back towards our building, which is right there. It's still pretty bright all the way to here. I forgot to put this, but basically let's see how well it does. Now I'm probably about 35 feet away from the sensor, so I'm on the side and it's on motion activated, so I'm going to walk towards it and see when it actually comes on. From the side, okay, so again about 25 feet like I said before. So literally you can just see how bright it actually is. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Harbor Freight solar light, the 60 LED solar light. And if you have any questions, make sure you put them down in the description box below. Be sure to subscribe, and until next time, I will see you. Take care.